Hello, hello, lovers of of goddesses around the world, of the divine feminine. Deborah here again with another installment in my Inner Goddess Team series that I've been doing for a while, almost 5 years. And this week, I'm actually not going to focus on a particular goddess. I am going to highlight a festival that is one of the most beloved religious special festivals in Japan. It's a Buddhist and Shinto festival for honoring ancestors. And I discovered, and I picked it because there's actually two times that different parts of the country celebrate this very auspicious, this very beloved festival. One is in the next week, in mid-July, and so that's why I was doing this now. But then, because I think I found out about this date first, but as I was just researching and diving deeper, which I love to do today, I discovered that it's also celebrated in other parts of Japan in mid-August, and that is because it's set to be celebrated on the 7th day of the 7th month. And if you look at it, if you look at the lunar month, then it would be in August. And if you look at the solar calendar, look at lunar months, August, solar calendar would be in July. And so what I'm going to do in August is share with you a little bit more about one of several goddesses, but probably a main one that is associated with this Obon festival. So I'm not going to go into that here, but wanted to share with you. I've certainly heard of Obon because it is, as I said, very well known, and there are several beautiful traditions around it. It's almost like, and I mean this completely respectfully, a Day of the Dead, it is an honoring ancestors celebration. So El Día de los Muertos, they do that. Well, there's many celebrations around the world around the end of October, the beginning of November, honoring ancestors. And this is the Buddhist Shinto version of it. Very culturally and religiously a big deal. And the idea is that it fosters a sense of connection to past generations and to the gifts of your ancestors. And it's also about bringing families together to honor those ancestors and to talk about what you're grateful for in your lineage. It is, let's see, as I talked about the dates, so the story of it, and it really speaks to one of the really beloved traditions that happens. There's a folk dance called the Bon Odori, and Bon, B-O-N, is also short for Obon. And the Bon Odori is a dance of joy. And the origins of that are really the origins of Obon as a festival. And it's based on the story of, and again, the last name may confound me a little, Maha Madgalayana, also known as Mokuran, which I can pronounce a little bit better, and his efforts to release his mother from suffering. Now, Mokuran was a close disciple of the Buddha, and he went to pay a visit to his mother with his supernatural powers to visit his mother in the spirit of his mother in the underworld, and discovered that she had somehow been fallen into the realm of the hungry ghosts and was suffering there. So she hadn't really been allowed to move on. And he wanted to end her suffering, wanted to move her out of that realm that she was in. And in so doing, first of all, asked the Buddha, what can I do to be able to ease her suffering? And the Buddha told him to make particular kinds of offerings to the monks of the temple. And also he discovered that, which apparently he didn't know, that his mother had performed so many acts of kindness and selflessness during her lifetime. And so he was so thrilled, he was so joyful that he was able to move her out of the realm of the hungry ghost to a place that she herself was joyful and comfortable, that her spirit was. And so he did a dance of joy, and this dance of joy is called Bon Adori. So that's one of the traditions. Another one is that there are lanterns lit, and they're used to guide the spirits home. Sometimes there's another, let's see, some families participate in something called Toro Nagashi, where paper lanterns are set afloat in rivers and lakes, kind of like what happens with Yamaya during the New Year's celebrations in the Yoruban tradition. So I love that there's these beautiful connections across oceans between these different traditions in different cultures. So lanterns are a big deal to guide the ancestors home. And then food and other offerings are made to the ancestors. Their altars are cleaned. People visit their grave sites, have a celebration there honoring their ancestor spirits. And the ancestors are offered 5 offerings called goku: incense to purify the air, flowers to symbolize the impermanence of life, since flowers don't last forever, candles to light the way, those are the lanterns, water to quench their thirst, and food to nourish them. So it's a beautiful family celebration and a beautiful acknowledgement of the roots from which we've come. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to tell you about Obon. I just was, because it is coming up, it is a big deal in the Buddhist tradition and the Shinto tradition. They kind of supported each other in this, in the celebration of Obon. And I think I'll add in, as I often do, I may sing it again next month. Interesting. I may sing it again next month. But one of my favorite ancestor, honoring ancestors, is a chant that goes like this. It's the blood of the ancients that flows through our veins, and the forms pass, but the circle of life remains. It's the blood of the ancients that flows through our veins, and the forms pass, but the circle of life remains. So, if you, regardless of your tradition, if we do this in an honoring way, you can honor your Japanese, your Buddhist brothers and sisters by maybe doing your own sweet little ancestor honoring, celebrating your own ancestors during this time. As I said, either mid-July and mid-August, depending on whether you're looking at the lunar calendar or the solar calendar. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again next time. Would love to hear more details, more information about Obon for anyone who knows that very sacred festival. Bye for now.